Hello, everyone. So I have the pleasure and honor to be here with, um, fuck, I don't see your name. Oh, yes, I do.
Andrim, Emini.
Okay, again. Hello, guys. I have pleasure and honored to be here with Andrim Emini, an artist which I've discovered. Since we live in the internet information age, it's so easy to just stay in your isolation room and connect with, if you want, 1,000 people all over the planet. And exactly because of that, I have discovered, as I always do, interesting people, which I might collaborate with. Who knows what's going to happen with him? I think you never know. So, how would you like to introduce yourself, Andrim, and what can you tell us about you?
Hello. Hello, dear Aiden. Hello, Valentino. But I call you Aiden Ballet because this is your high vibration artistic name. And it will be a pleasure for me to collaborate with you. That's the first time I hear it verbally out of your mouth. And a couple of, no, 1 hour ago, I just heard again one of your songs, which I really love. It's The Man um, Who Smells Like Roses. And please, everyone who doesn't know his material, just please click all the material through because he has a lot of output and wow. So I would love to collaborate with you. How your question? Um, First of all, I'm very, very happy that we have now this experience together and to share some moments and hopefully the other souls who are watching this are inspired or touched or something somehow moved. And I am sorry that my English is maybe not so well right now, but because sometimes I'm better in this language and sometimes not. It's about because I'm not native native English speaker. My base language is German, and my other languages are North Macedonian and Albanian, and they are both not so well right now. Because there are
All
so
right.
many, yeah, yeah,
Mhm. Cool.
yeah.
Nice story. So
So
tell me about your song, your release, which just came out, Burnt. It's on Spotify, iTunes, and all the other platforms.
yes,
So tell me or tell us, um, about a couple of lines of this song where you say you're an angel and you are a fallen angel. I like that. I resonate with that too. That's why I listen to the song.
yeah.
And at the same time being burnt, and I mean it's wonderful because it's a song that has like power. And tell me, what was your process of writing it, and so people know a little bit about it.
Yeah, I was searching for a great music maker because I was really 20 years not in the music business because in this time frame of 20 years I've studied acting and done all the acting stuff you can do and then I got the idea to make a new song. That it was last year in the summer, but I had to yeah, to take it back the song because of the title and because of the lyrics. And there were again a conflict in another state, not like now in Ukraine and with Russia. It was then again in Israel. It was so bad, and I just thought, oh my goodness, huh. And everything was so traumatic for me in the music, also in the music business, and I finally began to release all the traumatic experiences, and yeah, then I put it on hold, and the months went on, and I was in the searching of a music maker, or different music makers, which are resonating with me and with the style, and then I the universe guided me to one to Marco. He's from Italy, a great artist, very diverse. And I listened to the beats, and I needed the beats, and I knew this is the song. Those are this is the music for Burned, which I wrote then the lyrics for,
Mm-hmm.
and in this, for me, it is like an entry song, a new song, an entry song, and it's like this fallen angel thing is like, yeah. So if you're not careful with your soul in this civil platform on Earth, then you really get very fast burned. Yeah, through different through different experiences, and for me,
Mm-hmm.
humans or other human beings are just angel spirits in human form, and
Mm-hmm.
and yeah.
Okay, so what I got from all of this, which you just said, which is cool, is I mean, it's quite an important thing what you mentioned, like this trauma that we're going through collectively, or we're purging or transmuting in the way that we know how. And the fact that sometimes these traumatic ego battles, which we have with ourselves in our psyche, with a lot of people promoting this separation consciousness, which is very like trendy after a while now, is actually coming up on the surface for all of us to be resolved, to be
Mm.
acknowledged. And that's something interesting which I picked up from what you were saying. And of course, I mean, in many way, we are all fallen angels in one way or another. And I believe that as long as you are fallen, you have to also know that you are also the fallen are the most treasured of all, first of all. And the second thing is that um, there are a lot of people who get their power from embracing darkness, but in many ways it's about utilizing and finding your light in the end. So I think that's what you're really good at finding, and I think this song is also like a good new beginning for you in your creative journey, um, through your finding more about yourself and all that stuff. And I think it's just great because I can resonate with that, and in the same way I'm making my music as well.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Aiden. Thank you very much. And I can, yeah, it's my intention is always to empower someone else. Yeah. Um, and if the lyrics are maybe a kind of dark because there is a phrase like "I will burn you down," yeah, but it doesn't mean that I am telling someone else I will burn you down and I hunt you, because you can change the perspectives. It's like someone is an artist or just a young human being, a child in school, because it's about all in the lyrics also, because I got hit in school and everything, and they were hunting me down. They were
Mhm.
hunting me down. They were hunting me in the park. Yeah, they were hunting me. That pissed on me and everything, to say it
Mhm.
like, I'm sorry, trigger warning. Um, and it's, you can change the perspectives of the phrases of the lyrics, yeah, because you can listen some, you can read some text on one way and another way and another way and another way, and everyone who is listening to it, um, hopefully it resonates on a level, but hopefully, of course, because this is my intention, that empowers yourself to to your own new beginning.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very, very powerful song, and it would release some parts of like my own personal discord, which I have, you know, as an opinion, like taking revenge or actually letting it all go and starting anew. And even if it's lyrics like burnt down and stuff, it would mean like maybe I'm burning off the old personality, which was like not serving me anymore, and rising and creating myself or reinventing myself in a way. So that's pretty cool. And we live in a crazy times, right? So but
So
we
right.
always did in a way. So I think this is going to be very interesting to follow up your next releases, which are also coming.
Yes,
And
very soon.
um, very soon, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. And that might be really cool.
Yeah, it's very
Um,
funny because the title is finally. So it's so like every time I say, "Oh, finally, the next track is coming," and it's the title of the track, finally. So, and yeah, but the genre is a bit different. So it's really a club dance. And there I can tell shortly. It's about, yeah, it's about to finally to finally finish the a relationship, a toxic relationship in any way, a toxic relationship. You can finish um, and a relationship, a toxic relationship with some parts of your inner self. Yeah.
of the ego,
Yeah, the
probably.
ego, I say those parts of the ego which are not constructive, yeah, which are very destructive, yeah, and you can just end them, those parts, because I believe, this is my opinion, that the ego as itself is not negative. It's because it drives you to the next step and everything, yeah, but everything has to be always in a balanced out thing. As a system, we as a human energy system connected with everyone else as one soul on our
Hmm.
Gaia Earth Terra planet.
Good you mentioned Gaia, because I'm very curious about that. You know, some or plenty of people on the planet have this vision of Earth or Terra, but there is also this highly dimensional or high dimensional Earth, which is Gaia, and that connects us to the galaxy. However, it's been eons and eons that the Gaia or Earth has detached from being a multidimensional planet, even though it is. And we've already came across to the topic that I am Pleiadian and you are Arcturian. So like it's very cool that we mentioned that, because I think in many ways the Great Awakening has not just to do about awakening awareness to change, and which is inevitable in this coming age, but also about waking up to something which is like that we are so much more than we were led to believe. So what would you think about that when it comes to the Arcturians or Pleiadians or us here on the earth? What's your theory on that, how that's gonna go?
I believe that there's always in progress if, in a way, and in all these bad situations and time frames with wars and everything, there lies something positive in it. It sounds a bit perverted, but through that, mainly the collective doesn't understand and learn. It has to happen some crazy shit. Otherwise, the main collective, which is really in recorded somewhere, it cannot be overridden. You know what I mean? So I believe that we have our guardians, our guidance, and that we are really just part of many, many systems out there, and that we are, of course, not alone. and and but I'm believing that there never won't be an extinction of the humans on this planet. This I believe
Mhm.
also, um, and I believe that we as star seeds or as spiritual, conscious spiritual beings, because we are all spiritual beings, but conscious spiritual beings have to be more. Um, careful with our minds and with our hearts and souls, with the material and information we get and we feed our minds, because what you feed your mind, you put out again. So, in any way, and this is so
Yeah.
important. For me as an actor, I can really say it. I'm not watching films. I'm not watching
Mm,
TV. I'm not or series or something like that. If I write on a screenplay, I see if there is something special which I would watch. Is there a message inside,
of course.
which could be useful to widen the horizon for the collective? Yeah, and otherwise I'm not doing it. There has to be a message. That's why, of course, that's why I reject also, I become rejected. I reject also some stuff when I think, no, this I cannot do this. I cannot do this because it's completely not aligned with myself. So,
Hmm.
mhm,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely true. And of course, the collective, we always contribute to the collective at all times. So that is true. And to be more conscious and aware of um, how we are actually contributing is very important. That's true. And yeah, I mean, it's, I think, very crucial to know that the Earth is a cause and effect planet. It's also a planet of free will. And when it comes to that, what you put out there comes back to you. So, in that sense, it has like this boomerang effect. But what has been very tormenting to understand to me is like, we are all creators. So we are all God in a sense of the collective, and the collective consciousness is manifesting the common reality we know as our reality. Um, so I think a lot of what's been manifesting or has been manifested by now has been very um, much coming from the unconscious rather than the conscious, because I think a lot of people are stripped from their own power. I mean, just the fact that people don't know about the threefold flame of multidimensional wisdom, power, and love, unconditional love in their high hearts is a very shocking revelation for me, because
mhm,
me as a star seed, I've even forgot it myself because of because of the entanglement of the third dimensional world, which always like seeks for me to conform um or be a certain way, or for me to feed the separation consciousness which is so present on the earth and which has been for eons of time. So now that the earth is actually rising in vibration, I am actually very, very pleased to experience these frequencies. And how have you been coming up with the changes? And I'm
mhm,
curious, like,
mhm.
have you been feeling the shift? Have
Oh
you been
yeah.
feeling the,
Oh yes. There, yes, you're so right. You're so right. I just can do my signature under your words. There were there are some experiences, and there you can no different. Me for myself, I experience every time some shifts. So if I am thinking about a topic in a different way with another perspective, I shift myself another timeline experience, so that it will be possible to experience in a physical way, on a physical way, um, other things which could be more aligned with that what I'm really want to have in my life, and which is really feeling good. Yeah. And first of all, when I experienced this main shift in myself and in my life, quite a couple of for me very near souls, humans, physical souls, humans, transitioned, and that was so hurtful for me, and I couldn't cope with it. So really not. And then I shifted myself to some alcoholic and drug things, and it was very hard to shift there out, and not because then I understood if I am following this path, I'm not more allowed to be on this planet and do my experience as a human and have all this great stuff, which is guaranteed for us humans when we are born here. And now I just, yeah, sense the shifts when I am inspired. Then I know, cool, there's a shift coming, it's positive, okay. And if I'm allowed to describe it a bit different, how I see my world, it's like I was born on 7th February, and this was me, like a baby. And there are different thousands and millions of different possibilities and timelines. And with every step and with every decision, I leave the main path and go on another timeline. And if I am just shifting back to the main path timeline, I'm on track again and aligned with every presence which are on this way and which are for me. So if you, like great artists, which I really admire and respect, are gifted with such a blessing from voice, music, understanding, and everything. And you see it as a gift and you feel it as a gift, yeah, and you are not pressured to say yourself, it has to be out, the world has to be, they have to love me and everything. No, you do it for yourself and then put it out. And if there's someone and this one is resonating with it, that's the best possible outcome. And then there comes more on your path, because you stabilize. I am stabilizing myself on my original path,
Exactly.
which is really for me. But this is, of course, this is work. It's a daily thing. Waking up, just hold the eyes closed first of all, and then prepare for the moment when you open the eyes and just find out what the question in the inner self to say, what is what I want to experience today. Yeah.
That
And
makes sense. That makes sense. Yes, definitely. I definitely agree. And there's this very interesting point of view, which I've also discovered or thought about while listening to what you just said, is that I realized that the intention of becoming an artist was more like a copycat intention, that because it was cool and because I saw so many artists living these lives of where they get to have so much love from the outside and get to heal their own maybe even kind of broken egos, which comes across to being identified with a person that an artist is actually a drug addict, or that an artist is, a DJ, takes a lot of drugs and parties until the morning. And I realized that this is not the path I really want to take if I want to be of service to humanity. So it was very important to me that through this transition, I also discovered really who I was and what my original intentions were. So I've discovered that parts of me needed to be shed because they weren't authentic to really my own path, which I have like prescribed in my soul plan in a way, right? So in a way I always had to like release some of the illusions or wishes that, you know um that were always from the outside broadcasting that you are not good enough or you will never be good enough, which I realized have been illusions that were perpetuated not just for me, but a lot of people were dealing with the same thing on a daily basis. And I've realized that I needed to shed these expectations I had for about myself and really tune into what I can offer to my own growth process.
Mhm.
That's one of the things. And the second thing I would say is that, you know, this judgment that is coming, or this judgment that is there, is really coming from our own higher selves. And sometimes it's good to recognize it and realize that it's we who judge ourselves for whatever it is, that our higher selves actually love us unconditionally,
Oh yeah.
and they're just here for our true growth and the eventual merging with the higher self. So it's good to really shed some of the things before we really can step into knowing our true essence again. So,
Yes,
and I
it's a
think the
remembrance of the re-knowing of the true essence, of the re-knowing of the true motivation, why you started out as an artist, for example. Yeah, as you know it. And if you know for sure, I don't want to do this, I want to have this or do this, I want to be a clean artist. I call it like that, without drugs, without alcohol. So without hard drugs and without alcohol. Uh, and you can, because really you are more productive and more focused if you don't do that. It's like a bit I'm missionary people not to do it, but I cannot help. Yeah, you have to find it for yourself out, because then through that, if you live like that, you really, really, really meet such great artists, other artists who have such a time sheet on a day, or make shows, DJs in the evening. They're not drinking, they're not taking something, because they know they have tomorrow the next show, and they have to go there and there. And it's so yeah, because yeah,
yeah, I mean,
like
what
that.
the energy, what the drugs do to our energy fields is that
Oh.
they make it really leak. So these lower energy, like, I mean, astral realm, which people don't even know it exists,
Mm.
from all the wars and all that stuff. There's an astral realm, and of course, these rulers of the world, or like these power over others groups, are of course are using the astral realm because they could never be the true light of God. But they're, in a way, I'm not judging them, but you know, it's the truth that they're using the lower astral to manipulate consciousness in a way that it serves only them.
Yeah, of course, you can
Um,
manipulate consciousness, of course, through film pictures. It's like an advertising thing to trigger people to buy some more
mm,
stuff in this way, and to trigger the opinion uh, for how can I say, hey, this community do love this community. Don't tell something bad about one person, because otherwise you are cancelled or
it's
something like
true.
that. And this
It's
is
true.
really a guiding of a trying to guide the whole collective in one direction. And the thing is, the question is, in which direction do it lead? Over the edge or
Hmm.
some? Yeah.
It has to happen within, just like, for example, Jesus said to be the path, of evolution and ascension and of love in all sense of the word, because we have very extreme dualities on earth. And in order to really ascend to a higher level of consciousness, this polarity of bad, good, evil, or whatever, uh, within us needs to be, in a sense, bridged, if you know what I mean. So
Yes.
in order to bridge is to look between what I consider is good and
Mhm.
what is between what I consider is bad.
And
and
why?
and why. And that's the thing. So basically, to bridge those polarities which are presenting to us in this super separation consciousness, which is being promoted on a daily basis to all of us, is to really recognize both sides of the coin and transmute the darkness by knowing your light in a manner that you can stand in your sovereignty for that light and liberate yourself from all the shackles of the illusion.
Yes, you're so right, and it doesn't mean that as someone who just explore this, then it's like you are sitting all the day in an ashram or something like that. If you need this, if you need this for yourself, do this, yeah, because we take part in an industry uh, part of the world, which is economic and everything. But you, of course, you can be very, very conscious about what you're consuming, which shops you are going, who do you make much more richer, and we as consumers, we have the power because we can boycott. We can boycott to say then, no, I'm not buying this because no, I'm not searching for this on the devil search machine because there's another search machine, and if I'm searching there, they plant a tree or something, because those are possibilities. And
Yeah, it's good to know that you have a choice to know what you want to
yes,
consent to in any moment.
yes, and really, I know it for myself. Of course, I can be very tired of everything, and I can be very bored and tired of myself also. Yeah, and but first of all, I have to accept myself, to learn to accept myself, and to learn to to love really, than to love the dark side in myself and the really pure lighted self, to really integrate it, because through that I really become empathic also for really not so good outer pictures and situations, to understand that if there is a flame outside, and there's a building just breaks down with flames, I know this building is breaking down right now in myself, and I have to rebuild this building, but without hate. I try to have a base,
The
foundation,
fundamental base
a
needs,
fundamental
yeah,
base of really unconditional conditional love.
through
And
the
to,
eyes of the unconditional love. Exactly.
yes,
That's beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so thank you so much. Wow, this has been a really, really nice conversation. And I'm so grateful to uh, have met you, because I do resonate with a lot of things you're saying. And it's beautiful that there's so much more people out there that are actually thinking in this way than I have previously thought. So that's definitely cool. Do you have any more questions for me before we
yes,
close up the session?
of course. I was really shocked right now, because thank you very much. You said thank you very much, and I thought, oh my goodness, there's no ending. I'm not starting. I'm not started with my questions. Now my questions are coming, Aiden, dear Aiden.
Okay.
Aiden, what was your motivation? No, how did you sense it the first time? How was the feeling for the first time, the feeling when you heard, listened to a track, to a song, which was really freeing for you? How was the feeling? What does it made? Can you remember that? And which things went through your mind?
Mhm. I want to close the door. Just a moment.
Yes.
Okay, so um, the first song in my life which I ever heard, or
Yes. Yeah, the first song you ever heard, really heard, really heard. So really heard.
Mhm. um, that's an interesting question, I have to say. So I would say it was Michael Jackson. They Don't Care About Us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think that song is, I was born in the 90s, so I grew up in the peak of Michael Jackson and Madonna. So in a way that they have been my biggest inspiration. And when I've seen the video, which is like this Brazil, I think it was shot in Brazil.
Oh yeah, beautiful
And
video.
yes, so that was something that I really like connected to. And later through time, of course, when I moved to Munich, it was Lana Del Rey's video games.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she's so special. Also, she's really, really special. She's earthly, but not earthly. She's really connected and mm, connected. And she's beautiful, beautiful soul. Yeah, that's. Thank you, thank you. I have more questions. This is so interesting. When did you start to, yeah, to make, because someone who doesn't know it, Aiden makes everything alone from the music thing, everything alone. So you make the beats, you make the sounds, you make the voice, the singing, you make the concept, the lyrics, uh, everything 100% by Aiden Valley. Yeah, and inspired and connected, and this is wow. Yeah, so really, when was it the first time that you yeah, that you sat down and stood and did your first beats, maybe through the first rhythms that you just clapped and sang or something?
Mhm. Well, I was very young. My mom used to put me on like these shows where I would um, just perform. Sometimes she would dress me up as a girl with a wig and a dress. I was I was just like 7 or 8 years old, and then my love for music because of my mother developed through time, of course. So that, and then with when I started going to school and I had like the best computer ever. So my parents got me a computer in the 90s, and I was just like, all right. And of course, by myself, I found someone who gave me the program for producing when I was only like 14 years old. And then, since I was already a really good student in school, I was just so bored with many things that I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna go on my computer and start playing with this program. And that's where it all started. And so in that sense, after I finished the music school, I had it all packaged up, and I was just moving on and working, never giving up and just making mistakes. My first productions sounded like Super Mario background music, but then of course after after a while it definitely developed in something that like what it is right now. So
Yeah,
I learned from all these people out there, but I also wanted to create something that doesn't even exist, which
yeah,
was my priority. So
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, and yeah, I had this overview. I'm very grateful for it. Over all your current tracks, and they are not. No, they are. There's a diversity in it. Yeah, um, and this is so cool. And I really, you have material from 1 year prior or 1.5 year prior, and the current material. And in this time frame, there is such an, it's like an upgrade. It before that it was cool, but it's like an upgrade. It's evolving more and more and more and more. And I really, really love you as an artist. I really love you. And yeah, huge arenas. If you,
Thank you so
it's
much.
not like, it's not, yeah, I know. It's like, it's not about the huge arenas, but I'm from the outer side, and then I just say, oh, that would be great in a huge arena, this song. Wow. It's like that. Yeah. Yeah. Because really I have done those pictures. I have a very visual, audiovisual mind when I'm
Especially
thinking. Yeah.
Sandman.
Sandman is brilliant also. Oh yeah, Sandman and Apocalyptic Boy. Is it right?
Boy Apocalypse.
Yeah, Boy Apocalypse. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course, you're so welcome. You're so welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're so I'm sorry. This was just a message. Not interesting right now.
Thank you
Um,
so much. That's
yeah.
great. That's great.
So
Awesome. Thank you for the questions. And yeah, I just want to say hi to everyone on AVLZ channel and Lewis and everyone. And also through this interview, thank you, Andrim Emini, for being there for me and my fans, and hopefully soon to be your fans, because you guys can check his profile of his song Burnt below the video, below this video. So better check it out. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, see you
thank
soon.
you.
We're looking forward to see your progression and your newest releases.
Thank you very much.